On the hilltop of Abbey Craig, towering above the town of Stirling, stands a monument to one of Scotland's greatest heroes. A man whose name echoes through the centuries as a symbol of defiance and national pride. The National Wallace Monument is not just a stone tower, it is a tribute to the unyielding spirit of William Wallace, a 13th century knight who led his countrymen against English tyranny in the wars for Scottish independence. The story of the monument begins with a vision, not of stone and mortar, but of a free Scotland. William Wallace was born in the late 1270s, a time when Scotland was under constant threat of English domination. The English king, Edward I, sought to conquer Scotland and claim it as part of his realm, but Wallace and his compatriots would not bend to this foreign rule. In 1297, Wallace's name became legend after he led a daring and decisive victory at the Battle of Stirling Bridge. The strategic importance of Stirling Bridge lay in its position as a key crossing point over the River Forth. Wallace and his commander Andrew Moray used the narrow bridge to their advantage, trapping the English forces as they crossed. With a much smaller army, they outmaneuvered and defeated the much larger English forces. The victory was a turning point in the Scottish struggle for freedom, and Wallace became a symbol of resistance. His battle cry echoed across the land. Scotland would not be ruled by England. But Wallace's rebellion, though heroic, would not last. After another crushing defeat at Falkirk in 1298, Wallace's fortunes turned. He was betrayed by a Scottish nobleman, captured by the English and executed in 1305. Yet his death did not mark the end of his legacy. If anything, it solidified his place as a martyr in the fight for Scottish independence. Wallace's story would inspire generations to come, from Robert the Bruce to modern-day Scots, who continue to honor his memory and his sacrifice. It was more than half a century after Wallace's death, during the peak of Victorian nationalism, that the idea for a monument in his honor began to take shape. Stirling, the site of Wallace's most famous victory, was the natural location for this tribute. In the mid-1800s, the push for Scottish pride and identity reached new heights, spurred on by the industrial age and a sense of national revival. In 1869, the Wallace Monument was completed. Designed by the architect John Thomas Rochard, it stands 67 meters or 220 feet tall, an imposing structure of Victorian Gothic style with battlements and pointed arches that echo the medieval castles of Scotland's past. The monument rises from the hill of Abbey Craig, which itself is a historic site, offering sweeping views of the surrounding countryside, views that would have been familiar to Wallace himself as Stirling Castle looms in the distance, a reminder of the power struggles that shaped the country. Inside the monument, visitors can explore the history of Wallace's life and the wars that forged a nation. On the ground floor, the Hall of Heroes displays statues of Scotland's great figures, including Wallace himself, his features immortalized in stone. Further up, the monument houses a collection of artifacts that link the past to the present, including Wallace's sword, a massive weapon said to have been wielded by the man himself. It measures over 5 feet long, and its sheer size and weight are a testament to the warrior's strength and leadership. The climb to the top of the monument is a journey in itself. Visitors ascend 246 steps through the tower's narrow spiral staircase, each turn bringing them closer to a breathtaking panoramic view of Stirling, the Forth Valley, and the distant hills where Wallace's forces once fought. From the summit, one can see the Stirling Bridge, the very site of Wallace's victory, still spanned by the same river that witnessed his triumph over the English. It is a view that connects the past to the present, a landscape that tells the story of a battle fought for freedom. Though William Wallace is long gone, his spirit endures, embodied by the monument that now stands in his name. The National Wallace Monument is not just a memorial to a man, it is a living symbol of Scotland's ongoing journey towards self-determination and pride. It stands as a reminder of what can be achieved when people unite for a common cause, no matter the odds. The monument is more than just a place of reflection. It is a symbol of Scotland's heart and soul. Each year, thousands of visitors from around the world come to pay homage to Wallace and to connect with the story of a nation that has fought and continues to fight for its freedom. The Wallace Monument is a focal point of Scottish heritage, drawing in not only those interested in history, but also those who seek to understand the enduring legacy of a man who never gave up on his country. In many ways, the Wallace Monument is the beating heart of Scotland's struggle for independence. It is a beacon for the free spirit of a nation that has faced conquest and occupation, but never been truly subdued. William Wallace's legacy lives on in the monument that towers above the land he once fought to liberate. And just as he inspired his countrymen centuries ago, the monument continues to inspire Scots today, reminding them of the sacrifices made for the freedoms they hold dear. Subscribe for more inspiring tales of human history.